And we are live. Alright. Hello, chat. Welcome in. Welcome in. I think I'm live, right? Should be. And as you can see, I've been doing a lot of shiny hunting off camera. You know, big 1,725 in the corner there. 1,726 looking right at me. Why is it not? Wait, is it live? For some reason, Yeah, okay, yeah, we are live. That's good. Alright, let's place that down. Make sure the chat is working as well. If I just add another... Normally what I do to fix it is I just add another widget and then remove it. For some reason that always works, I think. Is it working? The chat box? Alright, yeah, okay. The chat box is working. Nice. Alright, let's continue. Also, somehow my Thwacky, my little monkey man, he's almost level. He's almost a Rilla Boom. All right, that's a little bit insane. I've been just grinding. Zigzagoon's always getting in my way. All right, there we go. That's 1,727 now. Today we should be able to breach 2,000. So that will be exciting. Quickly, yes. Alright, there we go. So, today I don't really know what to talk about. Let me think. What exciting things have happened to me this week? Not much. I'm not really an exciting person. I mean, I started going down more internet rabbit holes as it's just something I like doing while sitting here shiny hunting for Yamper off camera. And I remembered a website called the Wayback Machine, and I was just using that, having a lot of fun with it. Just like going back to like the old days of the internet and having a look how everything was back there, like Google and YouTube and all of the big websites we know nowadays. And you know, some websites that say TikTok, you know, they didn't exist back then. However, there was another website called TikTok that, you know, wasn't what we know of it today. And yeah, that was fun. Also, what else? Oh yeah, I remember looking around, and I remembered an old website from not too long ago. Actually, I don't remember when it took off, but it's called what's it? W Place. And I remember that website just like being full of really good art. You know, as it's basically a website where you just like it's a drawing like art website, and you can like paint all over the world and stuff. And so I zoomed into where I live, and there was actually a lot of cool stuff around where I am, despite my area not being that interesting. Then I like just zoomed all around the world, looking at like really important, like really well-known places, and just looking around. And from what it looks like, I think there's still people who use it today, in 2025, which is fun. What else? To be fair, I don't really know what to talk about. I ate some really spicy noodles earlier. That was something, alright. It's still on my desk. I haven't actually took it away yet, but yep, nice noodles. Also, I keep trying to figure out what my team will be in this playthrough and what Pokemon I need to go for. I keep mentioning it, and I do have a few ideas on what Pokemon I do want to get. So, of course, we're doing Yamper right now. That's like the earliest. I think this is the easiest one because there's 2 electric types we can get, but I went for Yamper. You can also find Grubbin on Route 1, I believe. However, it's not like an overworld encounter like Yamper is. You have to do like the random grass encounters, and knowing my luck, I would not get the Grubbin. All right, I would get I think Caterpie's on that route. I think Blitbug, and just a lot of weak Pokemon that isn't the Grubbin that I would want. Luckily on this route, I can see where the Yampers are, and I can just walk into them. So, to be fair, this route has a lot of really annoying Zigzagoons everywhere. Like, you try and walk past them, however, they just, turn on a dime and just run right at you. They have no... They're just, running everywhere, going like a headless chicken. You know? And, yeah, I think that's the only really hard Pokemon to avoid on this route. Other than, I do every now and then, run into the occasional Squirvet and Rookidee. But, the reason why I'm so worried about running into him is because I'm scared of the Pokemon that I run into being shiny. And, they're not the Yamper I want. And then, what if that one encounter could have been the Yamper? Also, Cadbury's at level 30 now. Honestly, I might... no, actually. I was going to replace Razor Leaf, because the one annoying thing about Razor Leaf is that I keep missing. But Slam's got lower accuracy. I don't want that. And then I know so in Hobry City, which is the port town in this game, we get Chinchou, the fishing encounter. Then I ran into the Zigzagoon, didn't I? Yep. Then on Route 7, there's a Galvantula spawn over there, so we can get a Galvantula possibly. The Galarian fossils are a possibility. Pincurchin, yep, that's another one. What else? I don't know where you find Toxel in this game other than the egg on Route 5. Yeah, I don't remember. Of course you can get Pikachu, but something I do want to do this playthrough is I don't want to get 2 Pokemon on the same route. So I don't want to get, the same 2 shinies on the same route. So I can't just go to Route 4 for every encounter with, you know, with just like the high amount of electric types hanging around. Route 4's got Electrike, Yamper, Pikachu, what else? Eevee for Jolteon, Joltik. I hit 63 subs. Good job. I'm trying to think. What was I gonna say again? Oh yeah. Yeah. I think those are all the ones on Route. What's it? 4. Man, my memory is sometimes really bad. Like Route 4 is home to. What was it? Let me search it up. Route. Wait, no, not Route 4. Seriously. Hold on. Route 4. Galar. So yeah. It's got Electrike, Yamper, Pikachu, Joltik, and Eevee. Though it does have the occasional Meowth and Pumpkaboo lying around. Any other electric types? No, that's it with the electric types. So I don't think I updated the counter there. So, right. What do we do? What else do I have to talk about? I'm already out. I've only been talking for 9 minutes. 12 minutes. My bad. Honestly, the bad thing about doing that Chinchou hunt later, so once we get once we get Yamper, once we get the electric type on Route 4, the Chinchou hunt, I won't be able to turn off my brain and watch YouTube videos in the background, because the Chinchou encounter on Route 4 is a fishing encounter. So I'm gonna have to pay attention for the fishing bobber to get bitten. And then, I can't, like I said, I can't just turn off the brain and call it a day. Luckily, hold on, I need to check the Hoberry encounters. So, Hoberry. No. Go to 30. So the encounters in Hoberry City, in Sword, because that's the one I'm using, the files in Sword. So there's a 50% Aracuda, which, that might be a bit annoying. A 15% Chootle. So, that guy right there, hiding in the grass. And a 20% chance of a Chinchou. I don't know whether fishing encounters increase the same way Open World does, where if I have a lightning rod Pokemon in the front, Chinchou may come out a bit more. So, and then there's, because the reason why I really want a Chinchou is because the gym right. Actually, to be fair, doing an electric only run, the water gym would be very easy. I don't really need a Chinchou for it. But the fire gym right after it, that might be something I need a Chinchou for. As, You know, I think Yamper, which I think would be Boltoned at that point, and Manetrek will do well. But having a water type will be quite handy because water type is a really good type. We need the water. What other types do we really need? One of our biggest worries is ground types. I know eventually we're going to have to fight Raihan, the 8th gym leader, who has a bunch of ground types like Flygon and Sandaconda. I know. So Bolton, Manectric can both learn Ice moves, Ice Fang, you know. But I don't know whether that's enough to take down those ground types. So, you know, having a water type would be nice, like Chinchou. Or we could go for Arctozolt, you know, the ice type, dragon, electric, you know, a fossil Pokemon, you know? Also, that's an encounter 1,750. That's good. Hold on, if I just click on Chinchou. Hold on. I want to have a look at other places you can find Chinchou in this game. That isn't just Hellberry. No, not Chinchou equals. Just Chinchou. Did I? Yeah, I did read the count. Nice. Chinchou, Furby. And then we go to Gen 8. So he appears Hellberry and some of the places in the wild area. So if I click on, what's it? Let's go East Lake Axwell. Where's the Chinchou? It's not here. Wait, I saw a lantern. Yeah, that might be it. Wait, okay, here we go. Thunderstorm, Pokemon Sword, 70% chance of a Chinchou. Wait, in the water wandering? Oh wait, I think that just means like Pokemon that are set to spawn there, and then the Pokemon that had a chance of spawning, which is Chinchou. The only thing is, we can't get that, as you know, we will need the bike that goes. I'll just go over the water, which is after not Gen 6, no, Gym 6. That's what I meant. Anyways, that's number 1,753. That's good. Another Yamper. To be fair, I have been watching other shiny locks of this game. Well, not shiny locks, because that's just specific to Nuzlocke. But shiny only runs with Sword and Shield. And some of the hunts that I thought people do kind of are making me a little worried. You know, especially with their first hunt, which one of them took like until like the 5,000s to get. Hopefully Yamper can come soon. I don't want to be here for another like 4,300 more. But no, fuck. That's not something I want to happen. Alright, add another Yamp. That is... Okay, I can't just be counting all the time. I need some other commentary. So what other things can we talk about? I think... Because honestly, I'm out of ideas already. any other technical sword and shield stuff that I can talk about that I need to use in this playthrough? To be fair, I need to figure something out. Hold on. Sword. Fossil. If I just type out fossil. Where is it? Let's just go Dracovish. Even though I don't want Dracovish, I'm just searching it because of it, and you know, there we go, Dracovish. Of course. I remember in Sword and Shield, so the fossilized fish, fossilized drake, fossilized bird, and fossilized other one, dino. They, two of them are specific to one game, and two of them are specific to the other game. But you can mix and match. You can get all four in the single save file, but it's harder to get in one game than, you know. So, I'm trying to think about the, hold on. Go fossilized dino. Let's just have a look at that. Alright, so the fossilized dino makes Arctozalt, which is one of the ones we want. Route 6. But does it tell me what version of Sword and Shield allows them to spawn more often? Does it tell me anywhere? It doesn't. I don't know. I mean, it apparently spawns a lot in the Crown Tundra, but I don't have the DLCs, so I can't use that. I mean, I have the DLC on my main account, but not on this account. Well, they're brilliant, Yamper. Not shiny, though. So... hold on, I need to search up. Fossil spawns. No, that. Trying to think. Another Yamper there. Nice. Alright. So, it seems like in Sword, all of the electric ones are in Shield. You have to be kidding me. The fossilized bird is the electric one. And yes, we can get Drake, which would give us Dracozolt. But the bird, which is like, I don't think it's exactly version exclusive. So maybe what I could do, I know that would be cheating if I go to my main Sword and Shield account and just use the fossilized birds and fish that I have there. Even though I could just, if I'm not mistaken, the fossil hunts are not affected by the shiny charm, so it would still be using the same odds, and I could just transfer them over from home. Yeah, I guess I could do that, but don't know how much I like doing that. I mean, I'll give that account something else to do other than use for Dynamax Adventures, so I don't think Clicked plus. There we go. 1,763 now. That's good. That's good. Let's keep poking the dogs with branches and hope for the best. So, also to be fair, the fossil hunt, it can be a bit tedious, as you could easily give your hands like arthritis or something from how much you're pressing a, carpal tunnel. That's what I meant. So I guess like what I could do here is I can just keep going for every route, try and find all the electric types and see what we can get on the different routes. So Route 5 doesn't have any. Route 3 doesn't have any. So yeah. Route 2, we know what that has. Route 6. Wait, where's Route 6? Oh, that is the fossil route. It does have helioptile. I think that's how they pronounce it in the show, I think. Right? And then you got the fossils. Then Route 7, which got Galvantula and Morpeko. Though I think Galvantula would be the one I would be getting there. Route 8, which is the ruins. It does have Togedemaru. So yeah, that's something. What about Steam Drift Way, which is the end of Route 8? No, just a bunch of ice types. Wait, where am I? Alright, Route 10, I doubt. Because that's at the very end of the game. Yep, nothing. I think I skipped Route 9 on accident. Well, Route 9 has, Pinchichin. But it's a random encounter in the grass, which could be a little bit iffy. There's more random encounters in the grass, which probably isn't the easiest hunt to do. But then you got all of these like wild area stuff. I mean, you can't random in grass again with the charger bugs. And with Manectric. I doubt this place will have any encounters. Yeah, no way. No, Big Lagoon, stay back. I think I just saw an electric type, right? Thunderstorm. Wait, the bridge field does have Toxels, which is the place that borders like the secondary of the wild area. So where you go across the bridge. Um, uh, you know, you come out of Motorstoke and then you go down the slope. You head to the bridge. So, no, there wouldn't be anything. Wait, what's the Dappled Grove? I don't remember this place. Doesn't have any electric types though. Wait, no, it does have random encounter Joltix. Which, to be fair, isn't the smallest encounters in the world. Can definitely get them. What other places? Just electric types. You got some Boltons and Charger Bugs, but mainly electric. Not even Manectric, but I thought Bolton and Manectric revolved around the same area. Wait, energy plant? That might be fun. Don't remember where that energy. Wait, no, that's. Oh wait, no, that's not even a place. it's the like final area in the game. Not like a power plant. Anything in the Galar mine? Nothing. All right. There's so many here. Honestly, I'm not doing that. I'm out of there. Alright. Back to normal talk, not gibberish. But to be fair, I don't really know what this normal talk is. Been around a little. Alright. So what else can I do? How do I find this? Also, something to remember, I started this hunt almost 2 weeks ago at this point. Which, that's wild. I think I clicked the button, right? Wait, did I press the, Yeah, I did. I can go back a little bit. It's not 1776, it's 1775. Oh, there's a brilliant Yamper though, which, we do like seeing the brilliant Yampers as they are. They do have a higher chance of being shiny than regular Yampers. Also, once I do inevitably find the shiny, I probably will make a short for it. Because extra shorts, it doesn't have to be just Dynamax Adventures. So I do. Not like I really need to kill the Yampers, but I think if I take down the Yampers, I have a higher chance of spawning a Yamper the next encounter in that slot. Go to the Pokedex. Yamper. It caps at 999. You can't even go over 1,000. That's funny. Really funny. Just move my microphone just a tad bit closer. Another brilliant Yamper? Nice. Not a shiny though. Doing that. Alright. Put right there. North. I'll turn up the music just a little bit as I am being a little quiet right now. On. fun. There we go. Let's go. Wait, what? Oh, wait, no, it's just reloaded. I was like, I was just listening to myself, using my headphones. And I thought there was no audio playing, but we're good. Number 1788. I'm gonna quickly be right back. I'm just gonna have to do something very quickly. Stand up, mute my mic. Alright. See ya. Alright, I'm back. Alright, I'm back. Also, hello Radar, because I did kind of miss the message. I wasn't here. But, hello. Oh, that's true. We're almost at 1,800 encounters for Yamper, which is insane. Normally, around this point, I feel like people would have been hunting for quite a while. But it's probably just because I've just been hunting off and on camera for the last, few days. Which, honestly, I think that is the way to go. When I'm not doing anything, I just keep hunting, and eventually, Yamper will be shiny. Hopefully. I'm gonna say that, and I'm gonna get him in the year 2080. No. It's always the Zigzagoons that randomly kamikaze into you. Any other Yampers? Nope, just another kamikaze Zigzagoon. Also, I suppose I have been playing a little bit of Champions. I started using a Mega Swampert team, which I think I mentioned last stream. But I was able to get to Master Rank, despite the new season being in, a few days. And so hopefully, in a few days, when the rank resets, I should be able to start doing the Pokemon Champions video again. Hopefully, with a new team as well. Though I will need to kind of build a team. So maybe as we hunt, something we could do is build a team. If I go to Pokemon Champions Team Builder, I know there's a really cool website out there that can help you build a Pokemon Champions team. That's how I was somewhat able to build a Mega Phalanx team. Because it tells you, what are your weaknesses and your speed stats and all of that. And I think I want to try again with the Shark Squad. Just regular base Sharpedo, though. Not Mega Sharpedo. We're not using Mega Sharpedo. So yeah, no Mega. But then, to be fair, I could use Life Orb, but that did get out of the game. Maybe... Wait, no, an Expert Belt would go crazy on him. Because the main thing about the set is that I don't want to Focus Sash. Because I want to use Destiny Bond, right? And I suppose Ice Fang Crunch. I think I'm going to have to get rid of Ice Fang. Because one of the Shark's best tools is Psychic Fangs. And having Psychic Fangs would just be amazing. Wait, Crunch from a Sharpedo one-shots the Golden Go. Well, to be fair, that does make sense, but, Also, the main reason why you want Psychic Fangs is to take on Sneasels. Also, you can take down Mega Charizard Y quite easily as well. So actually, to be fair, Expert Belt Sharpedo doesn't look that bad. He actually looks really good. He can one-shot Aerodactyls, he can one-shot Volcarona. It's just, honestly, yeah, I kind of I think this is actually a really good set already. That's nice. So then, who's next? What do we need with this shark team? Do we just want a Pokemon that can help him either kill or be killed? I increased the counter there, right? Yeah, I did. So, maybe the one thing we do need is the Mega of the squad, but not now. I think maybe Farigiraf could be a good one to pick up. It will stop Trick Room teams, and it's just a good one. I think that's a good... I think Sylveon might be a good pickup. Wait, I actually think I might want on the Shark. I don't know if it's stupid to get rid of... Wait. Oh yeah, I need Destiny Bond, don't I? That's like the one thing I want. But then what would I get rid of? No, Crunch is too good. I can get rid of Crunch. Try this again. Wait, didn't mean to... Oh, poop. What's that? The Yamper. Because Life Orb Shark. Life Orb Shark can one-shot Sneasel in most scenarios, which is quite cool. Okay, yeah, I think Life Orb Shark could be a good pickup. I like all of the brilliant Yampers coming out today. Alright, seems like I might want an electric type on my team. And seems like there is a good option for that. Um, for this team I'm making on the side right now, I think I'm gonna go. Alright then. I think what we do. So, alright, let's keep going. What's that? We've almost done a 100 today. Started on 1725, and we're almost at 1825. Is that Yamper? Yeah, that is the Yamper. A little hiding in the grass. You know, the reason why I've been quiet is because I've just been building a Pokemon Champions team in the background for the video coming out soon. Well, hopefully soon. Hopefully I don't get embarrassed again like I did last time. I'm trying to find a new way to make the shark work. And the main reason for the strategy I have with the shark is to be funny, I guess. I do like a bit of humor in my team, and Kamikaze Shark is something that I find funny. You know, there's just a trigger-happy Mega Floette on the other side, spamming Dazzling Gleam. He's never going to expect the Destiny Bond Sharpedo, alright? You could be like, the Sharpedo, I'm going to kill it now with Dazzling Gleam. You know, and he won't expect a thing. And I also have a Sylveon Metagross. Well, at least on this, I'm just like experimenting with the team. Right now, I've got the Sylveon Metagross Talonflame Garchomp on squad. And with the thumbnail for the video, I think I do really want Sylveon to be on the squad, like hit the final rendition of the squad. As I do have quite a funny way to do the thumbnail. It's like the Sharpedo zooming around in the water, and then the Sylveon's just hanging on for dear life with using the ribbons. And they're all shiny, because, you know, it's a shiny video, not a... not just a regular video. The thing is, I need a Pokemon that can deal with normal water and dark types. Which sounds like I need a fighting type. Maybe some fake out user, Sneasler could be a good one. But then I would have no coverage for water types. So maybe Garchomp isn't the way to go. Though I'm still... Do I already need a fake out user? Maybe this could work. Wait. Might have it. So is that the most... It's like a Pokemon that I don't think I have the shiny. So I might need to go find it in the video. I don't even know where you find this Pokemon. So does it learn... No, it doesn't. I mean... It can deal with some big threat. I wonder. Wait, actually, got. Right, okay. I think I figured it out. So the team I've made so far that might work. I've gone for Sharpedo, Sylveon, Metagross, Sinistcha, Garchomp, and Sneasler. But wait, now thinking about it, I don't have a shiny Sinistcha or Sneasler. Because I'm trying to think. I'll be too the fairy. Wait, I think I might know. Wait, I have an idea. That might work. That should... Might need to make a trip to the Poké Center soon, as I am kind of running out of you know. So wait, did the... Also, Yep. Alright, let's head back to the Poké Center. We need a heal. So wait, is chat working even? Alright, I'm on the run back now. Alright, there we go. So, after this, we should be able to, well, start branch broken again. Don't have to worry about Razor Leaf missing. Alright, okay, we're back here, and yeah, there's another one. Also, if there's anyone new that joined, the reason why I'm being very quiet right now is just because I'm not, you know, working on the screen right now. I'm planning on making a Pokemon Champion video, and I'm trying to figure out a team for that. While you know while I hunt Yamper on the other screen. Honestly, not being able to see this shiny in the overworld, I kind of like it a little bit. It just gives like a little bit more mystery, and like you never know when it's gonna actually show up. You know, if that made any sense, which I think it didn't, but you know, just like it's a bit more mysterious. You see, Sword and Shield is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. There's one right there. Wait, no, I missed it. There we go. Also, currently on the other screen, I'm trying to build a Pokemon Champions team featuring my favorite Pokemon. And to be fair, I've tried it a bunch over the course of Pokemon Champion, like over the lifespan of Pokemon Champions. I was able to get to Master Rank once, but now I kind of want to record me doing it, you know? At the very start of Pokemon Champions, when no one knew what the meta was and what Pokemon to use, I built myself a Sharpedo team, because Sharpedo is my favorite Pokemon. I've always liked sharks in video games. For example, the Pokemon sharks, you know, your Sharpedo, then Garchomp. And Jeff the Land Shark from Rivals. You know, I like so like, you know, when I do play Marvel Rivals, I do play a lot of Jeff. What other sharks? They're the only few I can think of right now. Probably just because I don't really play many games. Also, I just noticed that day 23 just randomly started skyrocketing. This always happens with the YouTube algorithm. At one point, it's got like 100 views. The next, and then like at randomly, it would just yeah. Despite knowing a lot about Jeff, I definitely have kind of messed up the game with my ultimate. It was only at the beginning of the game when I was really that great. But there was definitely a time where I thought I was being smart. I was shielding my team from a honestly, I feel like wait. Now I'm going on to a different topic. Hold on. Sometimes I feel like a hero eating my team when there's like a Scarlet Witch ultimate. But there's definitely been a point where, wait, no, I think I remember what happened. It was on the Wakanda map. The you go into the little lab. No, is it a lab? It's in the not convoy. What's the other one called? Convergence, where you capture the point and then you go into the I don't really know what it is. I think it's a lab, but you go into the lab and then the final bit of is just like in this blue room, like circular, and I think there was a strange ult that happened. I ate my team to protect them while the strange ult effect was happening. But then I think then they tried to combo it with a Scarlet Witch ult, which, yes, I did protect my team from that, but then they were down a healer, and then it kind of fell down. Should be 1843 now. Nice. Alright. So, any other funny stories with Jeff that I have? To be fair, I don't really have many stories of people flaming my Jeff. Either my Jeff is good, or I just turn off chat when things are getting a bit scary and things are going wrong. And normally, most DPS players' first decision is to flame your Jeff, which sometimes I get it, but. Wait, that's a Chewel. That's not a Yamper. Honestly. Also, I think the other day, I was playing the other day, I I finally dipped my toes into competitive, as I don't really play much competitive. I normally stick to quick play, but I finally started climbing, and there was definitely a game where we shouldn't have won. So it started out, I went cap, but then for some reason the white fox randomly got angry. I don't really understand why, but then he randomly switched to Hawkeye, leaving our poor Rocket on his own. I was like, really? Then, you know, we fell over on second point, and so then I was like, do I switch? So that I switched to Luna. Things weren't going well, so you know, then I switched to Jeff, and honestly, I think some of my ultimates saved the game, and that's the only reason we won. Especially just like, I don't even know why they got angry at the very start. Like, we were doing very well. We were almost at the end of second point. We were on the Araco map. You know, the robot Krakoa. And like, I think we were at the slope, and then that's when he tilted just randomly. Also, to be fair, me making my way up the ranks, I'm currently almost, you know, as I'm very new to the competitive, I'm only in gold right now, but I feel like some of those bans that they've been doing have been a bit questionable. Normally, I just go with whatever anyone else is going with. I don't really have a preference. I just, you know. And I'm like, wait, why are we not banning Gambit? Like, I think Gambit's still good, right? I'm not really keeping up with all the balances. I think I hear Rocket is very good this season, though. But I swear, every game I played that one night, they always banned Thing. It's probably because they were full of dive players. There was probably just a lot of Spider-Mans, Black Panthers. And then, actually, yeah, it must have been because then they would ban Namor. Like, of course, I don't just main Jeff in the game. Like, I mean, I'm almost Lord Jeff. I think I'm level 17 with like proficiency with Jeff. And then I think the next highest would be Fox. I do like playing Fox, as she is a fun character. I think Dino is up there. I've been playing a lot of tanks. You know, Cap, Groot. I played a little bit of Thor, some Thing. I just like the big rock man who can punch things. And then when I win, I'm just like, so here's the thing. Or that was fantastic. I know, not funny, but you know. To be fair, my DPSs aren't that amazing. When I have to, I do a bit of Star-Lord. And, you know, Stretchy Man. Mr. Fantastic. And then most of my healers are good. Um, I think every single time I play Luna, somehow my snowball accuracy is always like very high. There was definitely one game where I landed some nasty freezes. I think, yeah. I'm not. No, I know what the Fantastic Four names are. Ben Grimm, Reed, Sue and Johnny, Human Torch. I I only said Stretchy Man because I like saying the funny Stretchy Man. No, I know he's really rich, but I know Fantastic Four. Oh yeah, I mean, the thing is a rock that punches thing, so I'm not wrong. You just. Anyways, we're approaching 1,900 Yampers. So, that's good. Here it is, another Yamper. So, something tells me we won't find the Yamper between 2000. I think we're gonna, we're not gonna find him until 2000, and I reckon we will find him between 2000 and 3000. That is my guess. I'm just saying that because I just want to continue with the game. I know we're supposed to be going to the house in the background. And honestly, I think everybody who's waiting for me there, they're like skeletons at this point. They're just like, they've died from hunger a long time ago, waiting for me to come to the house, while I'm just running around the grass looking for some dog, looking for a little corgi. Around a little. All right. So, honestly. That probably would take a long time. Like, if it's a new playthrough, like a fresh start to a playthrough where, I mean, I suppose it wouldn't be hard on, like, Scarlet and Violet. But Sword and Shield, I mean, this hunt is taking forever. And to be fair, this is even... I was watching a lot of other shiny hunting playthroughs of Pokemon Sword and Shield. And there were some, you know, hunts that took people forever. There was one that I remember taking somebody like 20,000 encounters to find. If I'm not mistaken, in the video, he was hunting for a Pokemon within the Motostoke gym. Because you can, you know, that for some reason the Motostoke gym challenge isn't shiny locked, where you can get a Vulpix, a Litwick, or a Sizzlipede. You know, and it took him 20,000 encounters to get a shiny Vulpix in the end, which, you know, Vulpix is an amazing shiny. You know, speaking of which, I do have a like a Alola Ninetales, you know, one of my favorite Pokemon. And you know, shiny Vulpix is always a good one. Though I do have a bit of trauma with shiny Ninetales. When Legends Arceus came out, I don't even know why I did this, but so, you know, in Legends Arceus, where the Alpha Ninetales is on the volcano. So the game came out, and I got to that point in the game where you have to go to the volcano to stop Arcanine. And I noticed there was a black Ninetales on the other side of the river, or other side of the lava lake. However, when I noticed it, like, I passed it, and I was like, wait, that looks odd. But then I just kind of ignored it. And I went over to where the quest is, and I activated the cutscene that then got rid of the Ninetales. So it activated the Arcanine boss fight. So, yeah, I lost to shiny Alpha Ninetales. That... And I think a few years ago I did try and do a hunt where, you know, I look for it again and hopefully I get redemption. Never got it. To be fair, I do have quite a lot of shiny alphas from Arceus. I remember hunting there a lot. Let me try. So I remember getting the Alpha Rapidash in the first area, shiny, which was a really cool one because shiny Rapidash in that game looks amazing. I got a Crobat, I think, which honestly, Crobat took me by surprise. I didn't realize that Pokemon was that big, even when it's not Alpha. Wow, so I think an Ambipom, a Honchkrow. I think there was some water type. Was there? Not an Alpha, but I do remember getting the shiny Gyarados that flies around the first area, like near the waterfall. That was quite a cool one to get. I don't know whether I still have the video though. You know, I think it probably is saved on my Switch somewhere. Which, you know, I could just look for it right now. Somewhere down there. It'd be like down here. Is this one it? No, that's not it. I remember. What was it here? There's a lot of. See. Maybe I got rid of all my Legends Arceus. I mean, there's a Braviary there. Wait, I think that's an Alpha Stantler. Yeah, that is an Alpha Stantler. I took a picture of a Cherubi I found. I can, yeah, I don't think. Wait, no, there it is. Found it. It's this one. I came over here. And right there. Yeah, the shiny Gyarados. So yeah, that was probably one of the coolest ones I got from Arceus. Though I have like a bunch of Gyarados lying around in other games, but Gyarados is a cool shiny. That's there's a reason why the Gyarados showed up in the Lake of Rage in the Johto games. That's like everyone's, like a lot of people from like Heart Gold, Soul Silver days for shiny. Alright. What other alphas do I remember getting from that game? Oh yeah, I think there was an Alpha Arcanine at some point. Shiny Alpha Arcanine. Which, to be fair, kind of ironic that, my the first shiny Alpha I saw was the Ninetales, and I lost it because of the, the Arcanine boss fight, cutscene activating, and yeah, I've mainly been focusing on the Yamper. I haven't beaten the fight with Hop, over at the house. So, though I've been hunting here, and I've been here for 33 hours. Yikes. Honestly, if I ever finish this playthrough, I must look at the time and see how long it actually took me to beat this game. As this is only the first hunt. And I'm also planning to do the fossil hunt. Though the electric fossils, so fossilized Drake, fossilized Dino is the electric ones. Drake gives you Dracozolt, and Fish gives you Arctozolt. However, the thing is with the fossils in this game is that you can find them in like 2 of them have a higher chance of spawning in one game, and it has a lower chance of spawning in the other. And in Pokemon Sword, the ones that spawn more often are the dragon one, Drake, and fossilized. It's not Fish. But no, it has to be. Yeah, it is. But no, fossilized. Yeah, I think it's Fish, right? Yeah, because the other game is it's fossilized dino in this game, and then it's fossilized bird and fish and shield. But it's not saying you can't get those two fossils in Sword. It's just a lot more rare. Also, I'm planning to do a fishing hunt at some point with Chinchou, which might take a while because I have to actually pay attention to the screen and not just walk into Yampers. You know, because without a water type on my team, I don't know whether I could survive against the ground types later on in the game. And I think I don't have the Crown Tundra on this account, so I don't think I will be doing a Dynamax Adventure hunt. I know it would be fun, but like, you know, I look for a Zekrom or something. And then I could also kind of tie it in with the Dynamax Adventure shorts. But I don't think that's a good idea. No, wait. That is number 1,880. Almost at 1,900. Luckily, once we're finished with the Yamper hunt, the next hunt I would want to do is Electrike. Because in Sword and Shield, there's a feature where different abilities have different effects in the wild. And a Lightning Rod, you know, which Electrike gets, basically increases the spawn of electric types in the overworld. I believe it increases by 50%. And so once we get to Route 4, we should be able to get ourselves an Electrike. And then also, there's Galvantula we can get on Route 7. Which, you know, I like Galvantula, so that's a good one. Sadly, I don't think we have a chance of getting like an Eevee or something for Jolteon. You know, have 3 dogs on my team. Honestly, I don't think that there are a lot of electric type dogs and cats, which isn't a bad thing. I do like them all. You know, I like my Shinx, Luxio, Luxray, you know, Bolton, Manectric, Jolteon. I think Zeraora as well. Yeah, definitely Zeraora. Any others I'm forgetting? Raikou. That's a cat, I think. Yeah, it's a saber-toothed tiger, so that is a cat. I mean, a lot of people call them dogs, though Raikou is definitely a cat. I mean, I think my own cat in real life is more aggressive than Raikou, but What else can we get in this game? You can get a pink urchin, but I remember that being a random grass encounter, which would take a long time. There's a reason why I'm not doing the grubbin one. Because on Route 1 you can get grubbin, but this is a full playthrough of Sword and Shield with only shiny cats and dogs. I mean, I would probably do that. You know, I like my cats and dogs. You know, I would. I mean, you will. Wait, no, because you can just get Yamper from this route. And if you really want to, technically, you can also get Nickit on this route. That is a fox, which is a canine, which is a dog. But I feel like if you. But then I guess I think the Eevee line is mainly based on foxes, and so you wouldn't be able. Nah, yeah, I feel like you would count foxes. I mean, I would. I like foxes. There's a reason why I have a Vulpix on my desk. What would the final team of the electric run or the hypothetical dogs and cats run? Because the electric one, the final team would definitely be Yamper, so Boltund, Manectric. I would probably do Galvantula, Lantern for the water coverage. So I don't really know what the final two would be. I'm trying to think. I don't know where you get Toxel in this game other than the egg place on Route 5. Oh, the dogs and cats one? If it's in Sword and Shield, then I'd go Boltund, Manectric. Will I do Manectric in that one? There'd probably be an evolution somewhere on that team. If we really wanted to do dogs. Well, Jolteon is pretty much the most dog-like, and Flareon. Then we would do, I think, Growlithe. But Growlithe is a Shield exclusive, so probably not Growlithe actually. Well, it depends if I'm doing it in Shield or Sword. If I'm doing it in Sword, then I suppose you could substitute it out for Vulpix. Then I suppose you would need to get some cats in there. I mean, Berserker came from this generation. You know, the Galarian Meowth. Then you would also grab yourself a. What other cats are in this game? Like I know Incineroar is in Sword and Shield, but you're not getting Incineroar on a normal playthrough. Maybe just grab yourself another Eevee for like Leafeon or Sylveon or Umbreon. Well, any of them really. So, what other cats can you get in Sword and Shield? Wait. Yeah, I have definitely seen a Purloin, now thinking about it. Um. Oh wait. Oh, I thought you could. I thought that quest was only for the Alolan forms, but apparently not. Because I remember on my main account I have an Alolan Ninetales, which of course came from that quest. That's how I remember it, because I thought it was just the Alolan forms, but apparently also Alola's stars. Though, would I... Because the only account that has the DLC would be my main account. I suppose I would just like drag one through home or something, but so okay, final team, Bolton. I say Flareon for fire coverage. But then you'd have Vulpix, and then Nickit, Purloin, and Berserker. But that could be a decent team. Yeah, I mean, it's not wrong to have more than, you can definitely have more than a few fire types, and I mean, I know, because, you know, an electric type only run, you're going to have a lot of electric types. But I suppose it doesn't have to be just Flareon, Leafeon, Glaceon. Oh no, Leafeon's more cat. Glaceon is, I think, a dog. And I think people say Sylveon's also a dog. And then the other 4 cats, I think. Anyways. But I swear I remember hearing something about, you know, the EVs mainly being foxes. Because I think Eevee is mainly based on Fennec foxes. You know, the same thing that Fennekin's based on. Which, I mean, I like Fennekin. But, okay, why am I talking about Fennekin? Fennekin's not in this game. I like his Mega, alright? I do like me a Mega Del Fox. So, yeah. So I suppose you could replace... A Flareon would actually maybe be Sylveon, possibly, because Sylveon's just a good Pokemon. You know, I've used Sylveon a lot in Champions. And trust me, a Hyper Voice from that thing goes crazy. Also, that is 1,900 Yampers. Do we have time to reach 2,000? Possibly not. Because at some point I do want to switch over to Dynamax Adventures to do the ones for today. Normally I do them around this time. Actually, I think like I normally do my Dynamax Adventure shorts in like an hour. Normally, 6 p.m. UK time. You know. Keep going. There's another Yamper there. So normally I record them around 6 p.m. and then normally I'm either done with them around like 10 minutes later, normally 20 minutes, depending on how quick or fast it, because last night I had a really bad headache and somehow, I was just able to steamroll it and then just go to sleep after I finished editing. And normally I finish editing, I guess around like 30 minutes after I hit record. Because it's not hard to edit those videos. Normally I just... I just like... I still use the one I used for the last ep video. Then I just put the new clips in. So, I put in all the audio and the visuals. Keep all the editing, so when every episode you see I'm doing a Dynamax adventure and you see all the subtitles. I keep all of them from the previous video. So then I remember when I did the original series, the original Dynamax adventure shorts. They were very tedious every time I tried to record one because I would just have to type it in every single time. And then sometimes I make it a bit longer, depending on if I'm streaming or not. If I'm streaming, then I can try and get chat involved. And I would try and be like, say hi chat, and then and then either put the crickets if they don't respond, or don't put the crickets if they do respond. Which actually taught me about how to put like other audio tracks in. I remember when I did a shiny hunting video in December, the ZA one where I was trying to catch every shiny alpha mega Pokemon. I still haven't completed that series, by the way. I kind of got a bit bored. But I would overlay a soundtrack from the Mystery Dungeon games as like in the background. But then when it switches to a clip of me finding the shiny, I would just switch back to regular game audio. So, like at the very start of the video, I believe people would hear Sky Tower. And how I got all of this audio was just I loaded up Pokemon Mystery Dungeon on my yeah, there's not really much I can do about that. On YouTube, there is like a few settings as normal latency, low latency, and ultra low latency. And this just means so low latency, which is the one I have it on, is basically the middle. If I had it on ultra low, then I think you would be, like, the comments would come in, but the video would be very far behind. So I would see them as they get posted or something like that, and then it's the opposite the other way. And having on low latency is just the best you can do, I think. What's the thing I need to do? Something I keep forgetting to do is just put a cherry berry on. Wait, I already have one of them. Never mind. Because just in case I miss a razor leaf, and the Yamper nuzzles my Thwacky, then it just heal itself using the cherry berry. So I don't have to bother about paralysis. Which, you know, as this is before champions, it's a 1 in 4, so it's, you know, 1 out of 4 chance that you get paralyzed. In champions, they changed it to a 1 out of 1 in 8 chance, you know. So that's why I haven't seen many Grimmsnarls using Thunderwave, because, you know, paralysis, sleep, I know those two. I think probably some other status conditions as well got nerfed in champions, made them a bit more, you know, harder, you know, easier to break through. I don't know. I don't remember if they nerfed sleep. You know, not sleep. Freeze. I don't think they did. I remember. I think I remember hearing that in Gen 1, freeze used to be, you know, it used to last forever, which was insane. I can't imagine the timeline where I'm playing Gen 1 and, you know, the Gen 1 Pokemon game then being frozen forever. Until I went to the Poke Center or used a Ice Heal. And also, to be fair, there was a lot of weird Generation 1 mechanics. If I'm not mistaken, speed used to factor in critical hits, I think. Or, well, all the other way around. So the faster you are, the more higher chance you have of getting a crit. So that's why, like, Persian and Tauros were really good back then, because as they were very fast, they got crits more often. But in the next game, they got rid of it. It might have been a glitch, because those games were very glitchy. But good thing they didn't keep that, because Alright, goodbye for now, Azeroth. So See ya. think we'll keep going for another 10 minutes, and then I will switch over to the shield. And then I'll probably continue the hunt tonight for shiny Yamper. Right, 5 minutes, and I will switch over to Dynamax Adventures. That might quickly heal Thwacky. That's a nick it. Didn't mean to run to you. think that's enough for this segment of the stream. I will now be switching to Sword and Shield. Hopefully I did save. Should have, cause I definitely saved, right? I saved, right? Okay, I did save. I was checking. Alright, here we are. Alright, let's do this. Three, two, one. I'm doing a Dynamax adventure. I'll do it again. I'm doing a Dynamax adventure every day until I find myself every shiny legendary Pokemon. And today is day number 24. And I messed it up. I'm doing a Dynamax adventure every day until I find myself every shiny legendary Pokemon. And today is day number 24, and currently we're hunting for Latias. And also, I'm currently live. This time, chat will not get to say hi, because there's only one person in the stream, and that's me. Anyways, let's dive into it, shall we? Also, there's still a Yamper in the corner of my screen. Let's get rid of that. That one. Nice. Sent to the internet. And honestly, now thinking about it, I started doing them on my own. Because it's just a lot quicker. Though the AIs are more stupid. But when you do get the Pokemon you... Okay, I didn't get a Pokemon I want, but Morpeko works. Wait, can we get a Frostlass? I want a Frostlass. Yeah, good job. You have a Frostlass. And a Poliwrath. Hopefully we don't keep that Poliwrath. I don't want a Poliwrath. So, which way? Which way? We go Steel. Maybe I should have done this with people, actually. Okay, it's just a Klinklang. We should have this. I'll just Dynamax Max Lightning, I guess. No harm in doing that. There's no one else can Dynamax. So I might as well. Good old. Don't know why I'm now speaking like a southern. Also, the reason why it's much quicker is because I don't have animations on. Did he just get 2 moves? Yeah, so that max. Alright, Klang's already down. Nice. Hopefully the Frost Blaster stays. You know, the AI can be a bit unpredictable. They don't even care about what the giant legendary Pokemon is at the very end. Sadly, we're gonna have to go Ghost. Well, not sadly, but hopefully Frost Blast doesn't switch. God bloody damn it. Actually, to be fair, Vesperquen isn't the worst. Who's this ghost? Who's this little ghosty ghoulie here? It's a teapot. You can take on the teapot. A few dark balls. What did that do? Failed. Yeah, there's no Aurora Fairy opinion. That didn't make a single bit of sense. Also, he just lowered his, to be fair, Poltergeist is a little bit of a nerf in this on. Oh wait, also, he got confused. Nice, good job. Now I'm just gonna aura reel it and just murder it. Right here and now. He punched himself in confusion, amazing. I just nuked that Poltergeist. Yeah. To be fair, that moveset is a little bit, not great. We go Dragon. Yeah, okay, we definitely go Dragon here. Get Fracture. No, I don't want one of your stinky Pokemon. It's a Galarian Weaving. That's actually quite good for the Dragon here. The Galarian Weaving. Right. I do also have Ice Fang for this, so don't worry, Ice Fang. Good damage. Face shot. Ow. You hurt. Don't lower my attack. He taunted the Fracture. I don't think it has any moves like that. I probably won't Dynamax here, so then... Yeah, alright. I'll just keep going Ice Fang even though my attack went down. Ouch. Okay. I think now is a good time to stop the ball. I think it might do a bit more damage as my I'm -1. It did go do Giga Impact, which is good. Okay, good. You know, if we get a strange theme from the start, we might have beaten this thing already. Just the weaving. We wouldn't have a death on our hand. No one's taking the... Can I take the muscle bander? So then we can have some more damage with Aura Reel. Aura Wheel. Latias time. So there is actually one Pokemon here that wouldn't be good for him to switch into with, you know, Reflect type. So going for an attack. Stop going for this Poltergeist. I don't like you going for the Poltergeist because he has weak armor. Taunt, that will actually stop him from going for a Reflect type, so that's actually really good. We'll go for Aura Wheel here. Some big damage. Headbutt on who? They really like bullying the Poltergeist. Big damage from Morpeko. Now we Dynamax, we go for Max Darkness. Okay, Sucker Punch. Does decent damage. Max Darkness, decent damage. Also, it lowers this for death. I've got Geyser. Ouch. How mean. Fine, we're fine. Chillin'. Oh, the crit. Ow. Wait, does Flash Cannon kill? It does. Nice. Alright, let's use an Ultra Ball. Start using a yellow Pokeball. Alright, time for check number 24. Clang, not a shiny. Poltergeist, not a shiny. Fracture, not a shiny. And Latias, not a shiny. Alright. Not a shiny today. But anyway, that's where I'm going to be ending off the stream. Thank you all for joining, and I will catch you on Friday. Goodbye for now.